Heyo, it's me, Harper Savage, and today got out the sketchbook because it's time for another moon phase. Let me show you guys the sketch. Here is the sketch. We are on a flower moon. So let me get this onto my iPad and we can get started. Alright, here it is on my iPad. I lined it up the best that I could. The circles don't like line up for some reason. I don't know why that is. It could just be the angle I took the photo at. So I did the best that I could. Let's get into it. So about the flower moon. It is on May 23rd in 2024 this year. If that wasn't obvious by the 2024 part. And it's called the flower moon because, ready? That's when a bunch of flowers are growing. I know, unique, creative. And there's also that cute little phrase to go along with it, April showers bring May flowers, so yep, that's it. That's the tea on the flower moon. So at the beginning there you saw it pop to like the pink sketch being done because I spent a long time sketching for some reason. And like overall I spent a really long time working on this. This was like 4 hours of a recording session compared to my normal like 2-ish hours working on the moon phase. I'm not really sure why, because I was super excited to work on it, but I did keep taking breaks and stuff too. Like, do you ever get like that where like you're super motivated to do something but you have to like take breaks for no reason? And like you're still in the mood to do that thing, but like you can't bring yourself to do the thing? Is that normal? Probably not. So for the flowers that I drew for this, I drew the coneflower, which is like the little regular normal looking flower with like the big centerpiece. Pansies, which is right next to the butterfly. The peonies, which are the bigger flowers, and daffodils, which are the trumpet flower. I don't remember the reason why I picked these particular flowers, but those are the ones that I drew. I sketched it like way back several months ago, so I don't remember any reason why I picked to do anything. And then I go in with all the details. If you noticed, probably not because it's like zooming in and out really fast. I actually reorganized the flowers like where they were on the moon and stuff. And I had to go in and redo the line art for all of it because of how much I tweaked and moved them around. The line work became really blurry. And that's just a thing that happens on Procreate and a couple of other programs where if you touch it too many times, you resize it, you move it, the lines or anything gets blurry about it. So I cut all of that out, and that was like another hour of time of like me recording, basically wasted. But yeah, I just think I switched the peonies and the daffodils around was mostly what it was. And I know this was a specific butterfly. I don't remember what it was called, but it was like the black and blue butterfly. That's like pretty common. Probably. I think so. But I struggle on the wing placement, like where it attaches to the body for a while. I don't know why. I think it just looked too cartoony compared to the flowers is what it was, and I just didn't know how to make it look at the same realistic style as the flowers. But I think in the end I compromised and was just like, it's fine. Something else I really struggled with on this was color story. I wasn't sure if I was going to color all the flowers within the same family of colors or if I was going to go for like their like natural look. Also, the color of the moon was another struggle. I didn't know what color to make it because they were all different colored flowers, and I thought the best color would be like green because most flowers have green stems and leaves, and grass is somewhat around them, or weeds, whatever. So I thought it made the most sense to be green, but I wasn't actually sold on that, but that's what it turned out to be, is like green, but it's gonna be not this shade of green that I picked for it. I'm gonna change it like more towards the end, I think. So now I'm going in and coloring the butterfly. Also, the camera was sideways at some point. I don't know how it happened. I do recognize that it happened. I fix it, don't worry. But for the butterfly, I come up with like this like stippling kind of effect. That's what the brush I made is called, is like the stipple brush. To like make it fade into the next color, but also not really fading, I guess. It's bold into the next color. I thought it looked cool, and it made it look a little bit more realistic, in my opinion, to kind of match up with the flowers. I also like put those green lines on it because like butterflies have like a cool like reflection on like some of their like abdomen areas that look green sometimes. Now for the peonies and a little bit for the other flowers too, I decided to try to blend the colors, because if you look at peonies, that like most of their color is in towards the center of the flower, and it kind of looks like it's glowing, at least in the photo references I was looking at, and I was trying to capture that by making like the edges of the petals lighter and it like being a like neonish color towards the bottom of the petals or inner part. And I did painstakingly select each petal and color it so that the blend wouldn't fall outside of the petal and ruin another petal's blend. It was a really long process, so I cut around it a little bit, but it's still mostly here. This is probably like another hour's worth of footage, is me just coloring in the peony petals. And then I went in and I deepened the bottoms of the petals to really make it look like it was doing that glowing effect that I was talking about. Have you ever really looked at like a pansy before? It has like two petals on the top of the flower, or what I'm assuming is the top of the flower, but it doesn't have like part of the markings on it. It was very strange. And then the daffodils, nothing fancy. I just made the petals a little bit lighter. I struggled with the coneflowers a bit because I was seeing the image differently than how I'm coloring it, and I was trying to figure out how to color it. So I messed with the coneflowers for a long time, and I cut some of it out. Not a lot of it was cut out, but some of it was, of where I was experimenting and trying to get them to look right. And now for the shading and highlighting. I struggle with that too because I couldn't figure out what color to shade stuff in. I was hoping to shade everything with the same color, but it wasn't working out on all of them. That's why I kind of did a little test area on each flower. I decided it worked well with the coneflowers, so I just went in and did all the shading for them first. I usually do shade with like a purplish gray color, but it just wasn't working out on some of them. So I tweak it to make it look right on the flower I was working on, you know? Now, for this one, I had to pick a color that would look right on the bluey, like the indigo color and the purple color. And it was not easy. And the yellow color too. Like, let's not forget about the yellow. I do like how I highlighted it though. I'm pretty sure for the daffodils I used that orange color. It's like the only one that's shaded with the orange color. The rest are like purpley shadings. But it just didn't look right on the daffodils, so gotta do what you gotta do. So, what is your favorite flower, if you have one, and why? For drawing, I would say peony is one of my favorites. I feel like I already had this conversation before. Anyways. But like, actual flowers that I just like in general, I think it's like probably honeysuckles and what are they called? What is it, wisteria? Because they have like distinct smells to them. I think it's the wisteria I'm thinking of that like has a really distinct smell. I know I'm basing that off of candle scents, but it just has a different smell to it. Along with honeysuckles. I really like those two smells. But I do tend to draw like, I feel like I've drawn roses a lot. I don't know why I feel like that. I think there's only like, I don't know, 3 rose drawings that I've done. I can remember off the top of my head, so I don't know why I feel like I draw them all the time. Also, if you have a favorite butterfly, what's your favorite butterfly? I like feel a little bit more partial to moths, but butterflies are cool too. I don't think I have a favorite butterfly. Just because I don't really know that much about them, and the common ones around me are the blue ones that like kind of like the one I drew here. And there's like an orange one too that I don't think is a monarch, but could be a monarch. Not sure, because they're small. They're not like big. Which could just be a moth, now that I'm thinking about it. I also at one point changed the line art to be like a really dark green color. It's almost unnoticeably different from the black that it was. I kind of cut to where I figure out what I want behind the moon. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what I wanted. And I landed on this. Like some greenery look. And then I changed the color of the moon real quick there. Now, you'll see me doing weird hand movements and talking, but I'm not actually talking right here because this was like part of my outtakes, but the electric went out at my house. So I'm using footage of my outtakes without the audio. Are you following? Because I did not feel like getting all my stuff back out to just record at the end once my power came back on. So here's where I tell you, I had fun doing this. I really like this design. Still not sold on the green moon, but it's still green. If you want to check out this design on any of my merch, you can go ahead and follow the link tree down below. You can hit on trackers and planners and find my books there, or you can hit on the merch button and find my design on other cool things on Redbubble. So if you want to check out another moon video, you can go ahead and tap the thumbnail on the left of the screen. And if you want to catch up on anything you missed, you can tap the thumbnail on the right of the screen. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to do all the cool YouTube things of comment, liking, and subscribing. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!